This Airbnb thing, what's the technology? Airbnb has apparently initiated anti-party technology. Oh, and they're making it very clear as we head into Memorial Day weekend and people are, Airbnb-ing and, the long weekend and, party time and let's have a vacation somewhere. Yeah, so Airbnb put out a whole presser that they've rolled out their quote-unquote anti-party technology, and it's using AI to identify problem Airbnb renters.
I mean, you got to figure. I mean, you get a reply back from the rentee. Right?
It's supposed to block the problem renters from renting a home to throw a giant party. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'll ask. Have you been blocked by Airbnb? Do you think that this could be a tough ask?
The bigger question is, have you had a party at an Airbnb house?
Well, listen, we can ask everything.
I mean,
that's fine. Festa, we can ask both. All right. So they've just rolled out the technology. By any chance, is there anyone listening that tried to rent an Airbnb for the holiday weekend and you got rejected? Anybody? 800-990-1047. Or, Fester's question, have you rented an Airbnb in the past to throw a party, and did everything go okay, or was there extensive damage? Were you hit with a damage charge at the end of the deal like it's a Diddy hotel room? Which, by the way, we got the Diddy update with Michelle is coming up in just a bit. Yeah. The system looks at a range of factors, including the type of listing being booked, the duration of the stay, the distance to the listing from the guest's primary location, and whether the booking is last minute to determine whether a booking should be blocked. This is according to the press release that Airbnb just put out. And they're claiming that last year they blocked about 51,000 people from booking during Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July weekend, and Labor Day weekend. 7,400 people were even blocked from booking in our state, Florida alone. All right, any aspect of this, have you been blocked from booking an Airbnb, or did you throw a party and, well, there was a problem, or maybe there wasn't? 800-990-1047. I'd love to grab a couple of calls on this. 800-990-1047 is how you get in.
Don't you remember Julian got blocked? He tried to rent something in Toronto, I think, after graduation that summer, and he rented it. It all went through. They had the room, and then it was canceled with no explanation whatsoever. And we think it was probably because of his age, right? He was 18, and renting a room.
That's a good risk. Let's rent the weekend getaway to an 18-year-old.
Yeah. So
they kind of saw that one coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Airbnb, bad renter blocking technology. We need an acronym for that. Bad renter blocking technology.
Let me work on it.
Something like BRAT. Something BRAT. Bad renter a-hole technology. There you go. It's BRAT. Airbnb has rolled out the BRAT system. Bad renter a-hole technology. BRAT. Look at the phone. Every line is ringing. Every single line is ringing. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Look at this. We have Anonymous. Anonymous is in Largo. Hello, Anonymous. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, yeah, I'm anonymous because I know my boss is listening. But anyway, I know one of the technologies they used when I was thinking about renting Airbnbs, they put a device in the house that lets you know how many other devices are coming to the house. So if you see 100 devices, you know it's probably not Tom and Jane renting your house.
Oh, so if all of a sudden all these other cell phones connect to the Wi-Fi and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right. Very interesting. So why are you worried, Anonymous, if your boss hears you calling into the MJ Morning Show?
I don't know. He keeps mentioning it. That was you on the radio the other day, wasn't it?
I didn't hear that. What did you say?
He said, that was you on the radio the other day, wasn't it? So.
Well, he's going to say it again. Thank you, buddy. Crystal Meth Crystal in Zephyr Hills. Go ahead. You've never heard that before, have you?
No.
Of course not. Crystal in Zephyr Hills, go ahead.
Okay, so about 5 years ago, my 18-year-old daughter wanted to have a birthday party at an Airbnb. So I decided to rent an Airbnb, and she was only going to have about 5 or 6 people come, and I get a phone call that there are hundreds of people down the block parked all on the side of the road. There's smoke everywhere. Yeah, so I've never been able to get another Airbnb.
You got banned.
So you are banned because of your 18-year-old daughter.
Yes, we had to show up and kick everybody out. I had to tell them the police were coming just to get them to leave. It was like oh my God, it was crazy.
Are you laughing about it now? Right? It's funny
Yeah,
now.
now I am, but not at the time.
Was there damage? Was there a damage bill?
No damage at all.
Oh,
They
wow.
were it was like people were telling other people. There were people she didn't even know. It was crazy.
Wow. Thank you, Crystal. Have a great day. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, these are good calls. Thank you. And now Crystal's blocked.
What's with all the anonymous people?
Yeah, we got two more. I got 2 more anonymouses on the board here. And then we're going to open up the mystery envelope. We have an overnight letter that came. I've already opened it, and someone on the MJ Morning Show is going to be very, 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 very happy at the contents of the listener sent in surprise overnight mail. Right. First anonymous is Tampa. Hello, anonymous in Tampa. We have two. We have a Tampa anonymous, and then we have a South Tampa anonymous. First Tampa anonymous. Go ahead.
Yeah, there was a big party, and they were charging admission to get into the party.
Yep.
$50 to get in.
Yep.
And somebody refused to pay. They didn't want them in. They shot the person.
What?
Yeah. So, of course, in our neighborhood, we had to shut that down.
Hold on a minute. So this was an Airbnb rental that they had a party at.
Correct. And they started charging admission.
Where was this? Was this in Tampa?
Yeah, it was in Tampa
How long ago was this?
about a year ago.
And somebody didn't want to pay the $50 fee to get into the Airbnb party, and they shot the person collecting money at the door?
Correct.
Holy schnitt. Oh, my. Really? I don't remember
And
this story.
They had about 200 kids there.
Did this make the news?
No, it didn't make
It didn't make the news.
Wow.
So what was the condition?
then-
What was the condition of the door money bouncer that got shot?
I don't know, but kids went running everywhere, and the guy that did the shooting ran down the street and shot at another house, shot the guy's car at the house. The homeowner did not want to press charges because they didn't want retaliation.
Well, hold on a minute. Was the shooter arrested for shooting the guy collecting money at the door?
They never caught them.
Oh, they never caught the. Oh my God! All right, thanks, man. Wow.
What neighborhood was that?
Yeah, we're in town. We're in Tampa. Up.
Oh, the mystery.
Yeah, the mystery.
Of the unreported
yeah.
news story of
All right.
a guy getting shot.
If you're still listening, anonymous in Tampa, call right back and just tell Andrew what part of Tampa that happened. All right, one last one here.
Could avoid that block.
Anonymous in South Tampa. Hello, anonymous.
Good morning.
Morning.
Long-time listener from the 90s.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So I got two boys, two men now, but it was 5 years ago.
Yep.
And it was COVID year, 2020, right before like everything kind of hit the fan. It was a long weekend. Maybe it was President's Weekend or something. I think that's in February or
Yep.
whatever. So it was a long weekend. High school party. He's a senior. He and his friends, they get together. They rent Airbnb in North Tampa. And what they did was, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of ingenious because they didn't want to get caught. They rented this Airbnb and they were having a senior party. And what they did was they directed everybody to park like at Chick-fil-A or something.
Yep.
And then they had 2 black SUVs that they would truck everybody in and out of the
Like a shuttle service.
like a shuttle service, exactly. And it would come into the garage door would close behind you.
Oh, like a Sally port, like they bring the prisoners into the jail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had 2 SUVs that were dark colored, and they would just shuttle everybody into the Airbnb right in the garage, close behind you.
My God, this is elaborate. Go ahead.
And they were charging too, obviously, because they were I mean, I would say they were teenagers. I mean, I'm sure some of the parents are probably listening now because there was 150 kids there.
Wow.
And what she did, or the woman that had the Airbnb, is she had cameras on the front door or something, and she got alerted of just the activity coming in and out of the front yard or front driveway.
Yep.
So she visited the property. She came that night.
Oh.
11, 12. Yeah, 12 o'clock. She's knocking on the door.
Yeah.
And obviously she kind of went berserk on him. And my son and his
Everybody
couple
out!
of friends,
Everybody out of my house!
yes, it was.
I'm
it was
calling
that-
the cops!
It was that way, and they calmed her down. Obviously, I mean, and I got to give my son and his friends, they're kind of well spoken. They know how to care. They talked her out of it and told her that they were going to tone it down to 30. I think she actually had a drink with them or whatever.
Oh,
Toned it down.
they got her liquored up. Hey, want to smoke a doob?
But, it sounds like a lot of thought went into this, and it wasn't like you were trashing the house. You just had people over.
No, it did.
So you're saying that they finessed the situation and turned her around?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they ended up. Yeah, they finessed it, turned it around. They toned the party down to much smaller.
She even probably ended up getting lucky.
So, but the next day or days later,
Right.
Or weeks later, that's when COVID really kind of hit.
Oh, wow.
And that was like the super spreader for South Tampa.
Oh, wow. So, so that party.
Guys,
Wow.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
that turned into one of the early South Tampa super spreaders for COVID was that house party.
My wife and I went. You know how you had to go stand in line at the at an urgent care or something to get tested or whatever. We went to one here in Tampa. It was like 3-4 days later.
Listen, I remember we went to the Greyhound track in Tampa, and I thought I was in like a 28 Days Later movie or something. It was weird. That was a
Well,
weird.
I think this was kind of prior to that, where they were doing it in urgency. They hadn't set up the Greyhound and everything.
Yeah.
So we're standing in line, and I see my son. He's kind of got his head down and kind of looking away. Everybody in line, because it was in South Tampa, there was like 20 kids in line, every 5 or 6 people and families, and they were all in line because of this super party.
That's
the
unbelievable.
Super spreader party.
All right, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the call, Anonymous. Have a great one. Have a good weekend. Have a good holiday weekend. All right. So, to wrap this up, Airbnb, they say they have new technology to stop Airbnb party rentals. So, you know what we ought to do? We ought to give this a couple of months and then have people call back and see if they've been able to get through the new Airbnb anti-party firewall, Thanks for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Go ahead and click, share, subscribe, all this stuff.